Look at my hands. They've seen the sands of 1,000 lands. I wasn't born a beast, I was a priest at the feast of innocence. Until the cold took hold, and the old stories were told in blood. 1845, the year I learned what it means to stay alive. While everyone I love is buried in the mud. The clock don't tick, the heart don't stop. The mountain climbs, the seasons drop. I'm the witness, I'm the crime, just a prisoner of endless time. I've worn a suit, I've tasted fruit, I've been the root of every dispute. From the trenches of France to the stenches of a killing dance. My bones are stones, my thrones are zones of silence. The flesh is fret, but the mesh of the soul is torn. I died 1,000 times before the morning was born. The clock don't tick, the heart don't stop. The mountain climbs, the season drop. I'm the witness, I'm the crime, just a prisoner of endless time. It's been a long century, and the night is just beginning.
I've seen the cities rise, and I've seen the cities fall. I've written pity on the gritty brick of every wall. My face is a place where the years leave no trace of line, but I'm drinking the stinking dregs of bitter vintage wine. I watch my brother turn to dust, watch my mother lose a trust. Now I'm covered in the rust of a century of lust and war. I don't count the amount of the bodies on the floor no more. Oh, Lord, give me a grave that'll actually hold I've got a wallet full of photos of ghosts who used to smile. I've walked 1,000,000 miles in a dead man's style. Every lover I've covered is a flower in the dirt. I'm the only one lonely who can't escape the hurt. My skin is thin, but it always seals a 10 within a perpetual sin, where the reaper never wins a fight. I'm just screaming at the gleaming stars in the middle of the night. Steal from me. He leaves the grief, but he won't set me free. No mercy in the marrow, no exit in the bone. Whoa, Lord, give me a grave that'll actually hold. Tired of never getting old. The sun comes up, but the night is far too strong. I'm just a man who lived too long. Still here, still here, still here. bricks blazing, the shades of charade, a man and machine. The slice of the ice, the price of the sins I've seen. And I crash in the stench of the tracks and the chemical burn. There's no way back, no track, and nowhere to turn. It blows in the skull, it flows where the agony grows. A cage of rage that every time it's on knows. Unpolished violence, silence wrapped in a suit. The poison is the flower and death is the fruit. It's not jewelry, it's a prison. And I'm the only one with the key. Like you say, I'm heavy now, too heavy to fly. A shiny skeleton that refuses to die. Silver in the shadow, iron in the soul. The metal is the master, and I've lost all control. Marrow and metal, marrow and metal. Snaked. Back in the pines where the lines of the past are blurred. Not a soul, not a goal, not a single hidden word. The frost on the logs, the cost of the ghost I keep, while the mountains watch and the fountains of memory weep. I'm a shadow in Alberta, a murder of crows in the sky, a drifter in the shifter, a whisper that refuses to die. The cedar is a leader, a feeder of ancient fears. I've been walking these woods for 100 bitter years. Oh, the north is a mother, but she don't know my name. She covers my tracks, but she can't hide the shame. I'm the ghost of the snow with nowhere to stay and everywhere to go. I remember the cabin, the happen, the trapping of a heart. Before the claws, before the wars, before it all fell apart. Now the lake is an ache, a stake in the middle of the chest. No warmth in the hearth, no birth, and no fucking rest. I sent the event, the spent scent of blood in the breeze. The spirits are near, I can hear them shaking the trees. I'm an animal in a flannel, a channel for the wild and the old, searching for a fire in a world that's turned to gold and cold. Recognize me, I'm just a stray from a different kind of pack. Oh, the North is a mother, but she don't know my name. She covers my tracks, but she can't hide the shame. I'm the ghost of Alberta, white as the snow, with nowhere to stay and everywhere to go. Still cold. The smoke is a cloak, a joke shared with the night. I'm hiding from the guiding glare of the morning light. The amber in the glass is the only class I know. Watching the shadows dance and the ember slowly glow. I've got a brand in my hand, a land of bitter grain, a liquid shield to yield against the pounding of the rain. The label on the table is a fable of a better time, before the claws, before the laws, before the perfect crime. It's cigars and cheap whiskey till the sun begins to bleed.
the only two companions that a hollow man could need. One to burn the memory, one to drown the shame in a dimly lit corner where nobody knows my name.
Inside the brain, the thought of the blood, the flood of the insane. I'm tearing through the wearing fabric of the civilized man. A beast of the east as the bloody world began. The red in the head, the dead are at the door. I'm craving for the singing of the flesh upon the floor. Yes, a lullaby of screams, a dream of crimson steel. The only fucking moment when I actually can feel. Shut it down, let it out. Let the animal take the crown. Paint the white snow red in this city of the dead. It's a berserker's lullaby, a song of teeth and claw. I'm the only thing living above the fucking law. The claws ignore the laws, the causes in the vein. I dance in the trance, a glance at the pain. I'm ripping and I'm tripping on the dripping of the gore. A soldier getting on, a bottle craving for the war. My knuckles start to buckle, hear the chuckle of the beast. A savage kind of ravage, and I'm invited to the feast. There's no mercy in the fury, no jury in the dark. Just a predator, senator, leave it up, we say no It's quiet now. The monster is full. But the chains are getting thin. In the void, it starts to pull. Shut it down! Let it out! Let the animal take the crown! Getting the white snow red in this city of the dead. It's a berserker's lullaby, a song of teeth and claw. I'm the only thing living above the fucking law. Midnight, Rogan. I don't carry a gun, I don't run from the light. I've got 6 little reasons settle the fight. They're hidden and forbidden, ridden with shame, but they glisten when they listen for the whisper of my name. Not made of wood, though they should play a tune. They're silver and shiver under the blood of the moon. A symphony of agony, a harmony of steel, the only music instrument that actually is real. I got 6 silver strings hidden under my skin, a melody of mercy, a rhythm of sin. I don't strum, I don't hum, I just let the metal sing, and the angels start to cry when they hear that silver ring. There's no fret on the debt that I'm here to collect, just a slice of the price for a lack of respect. They slide from the inside, glide through the air, leaving patterns and shadows and a trail of despair. I'm a virtuoso of the low, a master of the cut. Keep the eyelids open, or keep the eyelids shut. It's a ballad for the dead, a sonnet for the lost, and I'm the only one who really knows the cost. If it hurts every single time, but I'm used to the sting. It's the sound of the climb. I got 6 silver strings hidden under my skin, a melody of mercy, a rhythm of sin. I don't strum, I don't hum, I just let the metal sing, and the angels start to cry when they hear that silver ring. 6 silver strings. I got a chest full of brass and a soul full of lead. I've marched with the living and I've slept with the dead. From the trenches and stenches of a Verdun night to the jungle and rumble of a Saigon fight. The years are like gears in a killing machine. I'm the witness, the soldier, and the space in between. The rust on the dust of the tags that I wear is the only identity that's actually there. Dog tag dust in the palm of my hand, a history of blood in a godless land. I've worn every uniform, fought every side, but there's nowhere for a shadow to run and to hide. seen the banners shatter and the empires burn. I've seen the lessons offered that we never did learn. A metal is a shackle, a heavy disguise for the horror I've harbored in these ancient eyes. I crawled through the mud while the cannons did roar. I'm a walking museum of a century of war. The names are all faded, the faces are gone, but the ghosts in my marrow, they carry me on. I don't remember the cause, I just remember the noise, the sound of men becoming nothing. Dog tag dust in the palm of my hand, a history of blood in a godless land. I've worn every uniform, fought every side, but there's nowhere for a shadow to run and to hide. At ease, Logan. Wind is a book, and I'm reading every page. I can smell the fear, I can smell the age. Through the rain and the diesel, the neon and the dirt, I can trace the metallic floral scent of the hurt. It's a trail of rust, a trail of stale regret, a bitter perfume that I never can forget. I track the beating heart through the concrete maze, catching the vapor of the violence in a purple haze. I don't need my eyes to see where you hide. I can smell the darkness you carry inside. Scent of copper, scent of fear, scent of flood. The only truth I know is the scent of blood. But you can't scrub the stain from the marrow of the bone. I smell the light before you open up your mouth, like a storm brewing heavy in the deep dusty south. The sulfur of the match, the iron of the blade, everything you are is a scent that won't fade. I'm the hound of the shadows, the collector of the stink. I've got you cornered before you even start to think. There it is, between the rain and the diesel, the smell of guilt, and it smells just like you. I don't need my eyes to see where you hide. I can smell the darkness you carry inside. Scent of love. The only truth I know is the sin of blood. Copper, iron, you. I'm the lock, I'm the key, I'm the wall I can't see. There's no pardon, no plea for a monster like me. The bars are internal, a prison infernal, a cycle perpetual, a sentence eternal. I'm wrapped in the steel, it's the only thing real. A wound that refuses to scar or to heal. The ribs are a grade, and the spine is the weight of a century of anger and a lifetime of hate. Oh, it's a cage made of atom and bone. I'm the king of the rubble, the lord of the stone. I can break any shackle, I can tear any chain, but I can't escape the cage of my own fucking pain. My mind is a cell, and the memories are hell. I'm the clapper, the rope, and the funeral bell. I pace in the dark with the soul of a shark, leaving nothing behind but a burn and a mark. The outside is wide, but I'm dying inside, with nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. I've got the strength of a god, but the luck of a slave, living every single day in a walking grave. You think you're trapped behind those brick walls? I'd trade you my freedom for a heart that actually falls and stops. Oh, it's a cage made of atom and bone. I'm the king of the rubble, the lord of the stone. I can break any shackle, I can tear any chain, but I can't escape the cage of my own fucking pain. The cage, the metal, the man. in the wire of her desire. She was the sun and I was the one in the mire. A crimson queen in a vibrant scene so clean. Now she's a ghost in the host of a killing machine. And the sky turned black and there's no way back from the track. I felt the snap of the trap and the weight of the pack. I held her tight in the fading light of the night, doing the wrong thing just to make it right. And it's red on the snow where the bitter winds blow. A love that I killed and a seed I won't sow. The fire went out, but the embers still glow, leaving nothing but red on the frozen white snow. She asked me to stay, but I tore the world away. A debt I can't pay till my dying damn day. The claws in the heart and the tearing apart of the art. A poison dart that was fired right back to the start. I smell a scent in the event of the spent lament, a permanent punishment for the way that we went. Her eyes were gold, but the story is old and cold. A tragic mold that a beast like me couldn't hold.
Jeannie, I can still feel the warmth. Before the ice took over, I'm the only one who remembers how beautiful the fire was. And it's red on the snow where the bitter winds blow. A love that I killed and a seed I won't sow. The fire went out, but the embers still glow, leaving nothing but red on the frozen white snow. Red on the snow. Had a cabin by the lake, a promise we wouldn't break, a peace I couldn't fake for a weary soul's sake. She was the fur, she was the purr, she was the blur of the wild, the only mother nature that ever really smiled. But the hunter became the prey in the cold light of day. They stole the breath away and they turned the gold to gray. A legend or a lie, a reason or a why. watched a silver fox under a frozen sky. Oh, silver fox, you knew the beast was tame. You whispered in the dark, you called me by my name. Now the cabin is in ashes and the mountain is a sill, and I'm walking through the heaven that turned into a hell. She told a tale of the moon, a melancholy tune, about a spirit and a loon, and a destiny too soon. The trickster and the wolverine, a story in between. The purest thing I've felt and the cruelest thing I've seen. Now the sin is getting faint, like a fading piece of paint. A sinner or a saint in a world of restraint. I clench my fists in the mist where the memory persists, adding one more ghost to the endless bloody list. She said he lost his lover. Now I look up at that big white eye, and I know exactly how he feels. Oh, silver fox, you knew the beast was tame. You whispered in the dark, you called me by my name. Now the cabin is in ashes and the mountain is a cell, and I'm walking through the heaven that turned into a hell. The rain in the garden, a plea for a pardon. The heart starts to harden in the empire of sun. I was a ronin, a beast with no owning, until she showed me the road and the battle she'd won. She saw the man in the cage, the silent sage in the rage, a turning page in a book of ancient blood. Her honor was gold, a story untold and bold, keeping the lotus from sinking deep into the mud. Oh, Mariko, you bowed to the ghost in the steel. You taught me to kneel so I could finally a blade in the shadow, a vow in the light, the only honor I have in this endless night. The ink on the paper, the ghost and the vapor, a dangerous caper in a temple. I fought for the clans with these savage hands, reflected in the mirror of her merciful eyes. The cherry blossoms fall like a funeral pall. I hear the call of a death that's overdue. I'm a gaijin in hell,
just a killer, but she gave me a purpose. She gave me a name.
Oh, Mariko, you bow to the ghost in the steel. You taught me to kneel so I could finally feel a blade in the shadow, a vow in the light.
The only honor I have in this endless night. Honor, still goodbye.
I close my eyes and the ghosts start to rise from the lies. A sea of cries under black and bitter skies. It's a hunger in the brain, a thumping in the vein, the pattering of rain on the window pane of pain. I'm stalked by the dead, by the words that they said, by the blood that I shed on the path that I tread. It's not a past, it's a fast moving shadow in the grass, a shattering of glass in an empty whiskey glass. Oh, memory is a predator, and I'm the only prey. It haunts me in the night, it haunts me in the day. It's got claws like mine, and it's older than the time, and it don't leave a trace of it. It's an ancient fucking crime. Every face that I knew is a boat from the blue, a residue of guilt that I'm wading slowly through. I scent the decay of a yesterday display, a price I have to pay just to keep the beast at bay. It crawls up the spine like a poison in the wine, and distorted design of a life that wasn't mine. I run but I'm still, it's a test of the will, and the predator is patient as it moves in for the kill. See them anymore, but the claws, they're written from the inside now. Don't let the light go out. Oh, memory is a predator, and I'm the only prey. It hunts me in the night, it haunts me in the day. It's got claws like mine, and it's older than the time, and it don't leave a trace of this ancient fucking crime. Remember, forget.
Driving the rich in the ditch of the night, avoiding the glare of the neon light. A suit and a tie for a man who should die. watching the glittering idiots fly by. The leather is cold and the driver is old. A story of violence that's never been told. I open the door, I stare at the floor. I don't wanna be Logan, not anymore. Just a limousine driver, ghost at the wheel, hide in the claws and the adamant steel. They tip for the silence, a shilling for pain, just washing the blood off in the midnight rain. The passengers shout and they talk about nothing, while inside my chest something ancient is bluffing. They sniff on the coke and they tell a cruel joke, while I'm trying to breathe through the exhaust and the smoke. The city is bright, but my vision is blurred. I'm waiting to speak, but I don't say a word. A body in service, a spirit in chains, with the poison of metal now thick in my veins. Blue too, sir. They don't look in. They just see the cop. They don't know they're sitting 3 feet from a hurricane. Just a limousine driver, ghost at the wheel, hide in the claws and the adamant steel. A tip for the silence, a shilling for pain, just washing the blood off in the midnight rain. Next stop, nowhere. Don't know.
She's got the claws, she's got the flaws, she's got the cause to hate. A mirror of my horror, a bitter twist of fate. I didn't ask for the task to remove the mask of pain, to shield a little flower from the acid of the rain. Her knuckles are bleeding, her spirit is feeding on rage, a miniature version of my lonely broken stage. I'm a dying beast at a dying feast, looking west to find the best, trying to give her a home and a place for her to rest. I'm not a father, just a man with a gun and a name, but looking in her eyes, I can finally feel the shame. It's a parental instinct, a blood call in the dark, protecting the flame from the very last spark. Don't say a word, but I've heard every single scream, the shattering of the soul and the murder of the dream. I teach her to run, I teach her the sun is a lie, but I'll stand in the gap until the day that I die. My body is failing, my vessels are paling and old, but for her I'll be silver, for her I'll be gold. The instinct is primal, the only survival I know is to make sure the seed has a place where it can grow. not me. You hear me, kid? Don't be what they made you. Be something that actually leaves. I'm not a father, just a man with a gun and a name. But looking in her eyes, I can finally feel the shame. It's a parental instinct, her blood calling the dark, protecting the flame from the very last spark. Kid,
The valley is deep and the mountain is steep and gray. I'm ready to sleep and let all of it keep decay. No claws in the dark, no more of the spark of the fire, just a hollow out mark of a long and a tired desire. The shadows are long, and I finish the song of the strife in the valley of Rome. At the edge of a weary life, I lay down the steel. For the first time I feel at peace, waiting for the seal and the final and sweet release. And I'm walking through the valley of the shadow where the grass is black and the wind is hollow. No more healing, no more pain, just a dry earth waiting for the rain. I see the faces and places I left far behind, the traces and graces of a love that was hard to find. Genius, they're waiting with no more hating or fear. And the world is fading and the end is finally near. My marrow is quiet, the riot is over and done. I've fought every giant and I've lost every single one, but it's alright now. The night is a velvet door, and I don't have to be Logan or the Wolverine anymore. So, this is what it feels like. Not the metal, not the rage, just light. I'm walking through the valley of the shadow where the grass is black and the wind is hollow. No more healing, no more pain, just a dry earth waiting for the rain. Valley, shadow, rest.
There's a mound in the ground where the hero is found at last. The claws and the wars are a ghost in the shadows past. A marker of wood where a giant once stood so tall. The final retreat for the man who survived it all. She takes a two-stick and she fixes the crucifix wrong, turning the cross for the loss of the one who was brave and strong. It's an X on the hill where the beast is finally still against the wind and the winter and the iron of human will. Goodbye, Daddy. The world was too small for your soul. Rest in the dirt, let the heavens finally take control. You taught me to run, but you stayed to finish the fight. Now you're a star in the adamantium night. No more cries in the sky, no more lies in those weary eyes. Just the scent of the pines where a warrior quietly lies. The metal is cold, but the story is written in gold. A legend for the young from a man who grew bitter and old. She walks to the west, leaving the weary to rest in the deep, with a promise to honor the secrets and monsters keep. The legacy lives in the scars and the blood and the bone. But the man is finally never again alone. There are no more guns in the valley. The claws are gone. The metal is silent. Sleep well, old man.